Hey guys, Dave from the Centurions Review. I'm going to be doing a playthrough of the Barbarian from Task Force Games. It was packaged with survival. Both of them were real simple games, and neither one was substantial enough to print on its own, so they're printed together. I think both these games were originally printed in a magazine, but I'm not sure. Possibly White Dwarf or something, but don't quote me on that. But anyhow, this game, basically you're a barbarian and you're searching for a special sword and a special shield. And if you collect the sword and shield and exit the map, then you win. And if you destroy, I think, all of the monsters in 3 separate areas, you win also. But that's the basic game. It's a real simple game. I'll show you how we set up. Alright, the first thing you're going to do, let me zoom in here so you can see a little bit better, is you place the Barbarian's hit point marker on the 25. I'm doing the optional rules with the creatures that come in on the road, so he gets 5 extra hit points for that. And then each one of the monsters here, there's a marker showing how many hit points it has left. As you can see, the dragon has the most. And there's a terrain effects chart here that you use for movement. Here's your own shit. Let's see if we can get it into focus here. Oops. Yeah, this is the Barbarian. The top left number is an 8. That's his defensive value, and the 20 is how many hit points he gets. In this game, he's getting 25 since I'm using the variant rules. And he moves a total of 8 movement points, but they didn't print it on the counter for some reason. So let's set up the map now. Alright, this here is a marker that's going to be, let me show you the markers that are going to be shuffled in together and then placed on the board. Here's the special sword, and when you get that, it will give you +2 to your attacks. The shield reduces the enemy attacks by 1, and there's 3 decoys, and there's this symbol here. I think this is a curse, and if you pick up the curse, it means you can only move at half movement for the rest of the game, so it really louses up your game. So when you start the game, since I'm doing the solitaire game here, you just kind of shuffle these together. And then roll for each one to see where it goes on each of these sections. So the first one goes on 6. Second one goes on 1 right here. Third one goes on 6. And let's see, in the mountain area it will go on 2. And then in swamps it will go on the 4. And then in the hills it goes on the 5 section. And each of these different terrain sections here has its own monster type. And in the solitaire game, they just start around the flipped over token here. So these guys will start here. In the cooperative game, the competitive game where you have 2 players, then the player will choose where they start, but it has to start within that area. And these monsters don't activate until your barbarian enters the area, and they can only operate within that area. As soon as you leave the area, they can't follow you out. Alright, let me get these guys down here. Sorry, these are really thin and hard to pick up since I don't have long nails or anything. Alright, here's the giant. We'll start right here. And then the hills, these are the hillmen. The goblins and the hillmen only have 1 hit point, so they're not on the chart there where you're keeping track of hit points. As soon as you hit them, they just die. These go down here somewhere. And in the desert are the wraiths. Let me point that down so you can see it. These wraiths are actually kind of tough. Alright, now I'll roll 2 dice to see where my Barbarian starts. And I get a total of 3. So he'll start here. And since I'm using the variant rules, if I move to anywhere on the road, that means that I will have to roll to see if one of the extra monsters comes in. So let's start here. He has 8 movement points, and this is a forest, so each of these hexes cost 2. 2, 4, 6, 8. And the sequence of play is Barbarian moves, Barbarian fights, and then enemy moves and enemy fights. So he moves to here, and he can fight this guy here. So he'll roll 2 dice. And this guy here has a defense of 6, so I need to roll a 6 or higher to kill him. And I roll a 7, so that one dies. Alright, now it's the monster's turn. They have a movement, these chits are not cut that well, a movement of 4, but their movement is different than mine. My movement uses movement or regular movement points that are used on the terrain effect chart, whereas the enemy, if it says 4, he just moves 4 hexes. He doesn't have to use the terrain effect chart, so all terrain, or whatever terrain he is in only costs 1, so there's no zones of control either. So he moves 4, he's going to just move to there. This one will move to here. They're ganging up on me. Let me get that in there a little bit better. This one will move here, and that one moves there. And since I'm an 8, they have to roll an 8 or higher on 2 dice. So the first one does 1 damage. Second one misses. Third one misses. Fourth one misses. So let me show you the how the damage works. You just pull it off here. So now I have 24 hit points. So it's my turn again, and I'm not gonna move. I'm gonna fight it out. So I will attack that one. And I get a 5, and their defense is a 6, so nothing happens, so they attack me. Because they're not going to move. Miss. Miss. That one's a hit. 2 hits, so I lose 2. Alright, my turn. I roll a 5, which is bad, so they're going to attack me. Miss. Miss. It's a hit. So they got 1 hit. Alright, maybe I'm not going to stick around, so I'll do my movements. So 1, 2, and we'll flip this to see what it is. Give me 1 sec. It's a decoy, so that was a complete waste of time. And there's no, you have to stop movement after you examine an upside down counter. So now it's their turn. They're going to try and trap me there. One thing I don't like about this game is there's no chart or anything that tells you how to do the solitaire movement, so you just move it the way you want. So I don't know, I don't like that. I wish there was some kind of chart or something that determines which way they move. So that one moves there. Because I'm essentially just playing both sides, making decisions for both. I like solitaire games where I make decisions for one side and then there's some kind of AI that makes the decision for the opponent, but that's just my preference. Alright, they're attacking me. Hit. Miss. Miss. Hit, so that's really bad. 2, 4, 6, and can I move into the other terrain there? Mountains cost 3, so I can't make it in there that turn, but I'm going to attack that guy. And I miss, of course, so this is ridiculous. So he moves there. And that one moves there, so I'm being attacked by 3. Miss. 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 Alright, so it's my turn. And 3, 6. Now the bad guys activate. They have a movement of 4, I believe. Let me check the chart there. I can't really read the chit because the chit's miscut. Yeah, they have a movement of 4. They're zombies. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. This isn't on the battlefield. That's from a previous game. 1, 2, 3, 4. So one of them's in range to attack me. And he hits. So I'm down to 18 hit points. Alright, I'm going to... move those 2 spaces and attack this one. That's a hit. So that's a zombie number C, I think. So he takes 1 hit point. And he moves there, and now I'm being attacked by 3 of them. Hit. Miss. Hit. So, as you can see, there's not really any strategy in this game. Alright, I'm going to try to move away. So, I'll attack C again. And that misses. Now I'm being attacked by 2 of them. Miss. And that one's a hit. Alright, I move down here, and hopefully it's the sword, because I could really use it. A decoy, wonderful. So that was a waste. Alright, so the enemy moves. And being attacked by 3. Miss. Miss. And that's a hit. So I'm down to 14. I move 2 spaces away. And they follow. Problem with the sequence of play here is I have to move first and then attack. So I move away from them. And then I can't attack. The game would have been a lot better since you're trying to move away from the enemies if it was attack and then move, or if you got the option of doing either an attack or having like 2, where you had 2 actions and each action could be either move or attack. That would have worked a lot better. This is not Ian Livingstone's best game, so this game needs a lot of work. Alright, so now I'm being attacked by 3. That's a hit. 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 So I just took 3 hits. That's pretty bad. And let's see if I can move away. Desert. Most of these cost 3. So at least I got away there. And I'm no longer in their area, so they can't move forward. However, these guys here can activate. These ones are really tough. But they only move 2, thank God. So only 1's in range. And he rolls boxcars, so I take damage. Sorry, let me take that roll back. That's not what I meant to do. I meant to just move and examine that. And that's a shield. That's actually good, because that means when they roll now, I subtract 1 from it. Since there's 1 here, I do get to attack 1, so I'll attack letter A. And I roll a 3, so nothing happens. Wonderful. Alright, I'm being attacked by 3. Hit. Hit. And hit. 3 hits, so now I'm down to 7. Oh, sorry, not down to 7. Only 2. I'm at 9, actually. 2 of those didn't count because they're 8s, and I subtract 1. I forgot I had the shield, so... Alright, I'm up now. And this desert costs 3 to move in. This terrain effects chart is all screwed up. Let me show it to you. This is pretty bad. Let me zoom in on that. A desert and a mountain have the same movement rate. That doesn't make any sense. As someone who's been in deserts and mountains, I can tell you, you move a lot slower in the mountain than the desert, and a hill is the same as a mountain too. This is a messed up terrain effects chart. Alright, let me zoom out a little bit. So I'll move 2 away. And then they go after me. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Then I get attacked 3 times. Miss. Because of the shield, miss. And miss. So I'm doing a little bit better now that I have the shield. Problem is I can only move 2. So I can't really get away from them. They just keep following. Alright, at least this time only 2 can attack me. And this game could have used like a run option where instead of having a move and attack where you could just move, instead of moving your normal movement rate of 8, where you can move 12 or something. I mean, that would have helped out. This game needs a ton of work. Alright, they hit me there. And the second one hit 2, so now I'm down to 7. Adjust that camera. Alright, and they follow me. And 2 of them attack me. Hit. And miss. So I take 1, so I'm at 6 life. Now I go 3, and that only costs 4. But since I entered the road before I move forward, I have to roll a die to see if a creature comes in. No creature comes in, so now we're moving to the hill, so that's 5, 6, 7. And the hill people activate now. Let's see what their movement is. These, let me check the book because they're improperly cut. So they move 4 hexes, that is. 4, 4. Alright, so one of them's within range of me, so he's going to attack. And he misses. I'm gonna stay right there and attack him. He's got a defense of 5. And I miss. This is ridiculous. So I'm being attacked by 3. Hit. Miss. Miss. So I took 1 hit, so I'm at 5. And I'll fight back. That kills 1 finally. Alright, they move back yet. And I'm being attacked by 3. Miss. Hit. Miss. So I'm at 4. And I'll attack 1. And I kill it. Now I'm being attacked by 3. That's a miss. Hit. And a miss. attack one and kill one. And two of them attack. Miss. That's boxcars, that's a hit. And I attack back and kill one. And their last guy attacks me and misses. And I kill him. Alright, we'll start heading towards this. Hopefully it's the sword. Alright, this first turn. Second turn. Third turn, I'm there. Let's see what it is. I'm hoping it's the sword, not a decoy. Oh, jeez. Now I got this is the curse, so I have half movement. So I have half movement, and I have 1 or 2 hit points left. That's not good. All right, next turn. Next turn after that. Another turn, and then let's see here. Swamps cost 4, so I can move 2 to get to there and flip that. Oh, that's the sword. That's good. So that adds +2 to my attacks. So I can attack the hill giant next to me. And I missed even with the +2. He attacks back and does 1 damage to me. Next time I'm hit, I'm dead. Let's see what his movement is. Give me 1 sec, I gotta check the book here. Sorry, I can't read the... It doesn't seem to be written in the book. Hold on, let me pause this one. Alright, he's got a movement of 2, so... Boom, I move out of there and he can't follow me now. Problem is I'm playing the optional. Actually, I have a plan here to get out of here. Since there's no one in the hills, I'll just keep moving through the hill terrain. Just taking one turn, another turn, another turn, another turn, another turn. And the problem is I have to enter the road before I leave, which gives them an option to have a bad guy come on the board. Rolled a 5, so it doesn't happen. And he makes it off the board with his sword and shield. So with 1 hit point left, he won the game. He doesn't get an outstanding victory because he didn't kill all the units in 3 sections, but it's a victory nevertheless. What do I think of the game? It's too simple. Not enough choices. I mean, it could be improved pretty easily, though. But the biggest problem is there's no AI, so I'm just goldfishing the other side to determine where they move and stuff. But they've learned a lot. So this is from like 1981, and companies have learned a lot about making better solitaire games. So at the time, I'm sure it was pretty reasonable, but compared to the modern games, it's not that good. So if you collect micro games, get it. If you don't, buy one of the modern solitaire games, or if you want a good solitaire game from the early 1980s, I would get Death Maze from SPI. I highly recommend it. Thanks for watching. If you liked the video, please click like on the video and subscribe to my channel. Thank you. Have a good evening.